What's up, guys? Rick Snyder here, Shipley Swine Genetics. We're going to demonstrate a little how-to video. We've got a gilt out here in heat, actually pretty nice gilt, crossbred gilt that most likely will end up staying here. But I want to give you guys a little demonstration what we do when we find gilts in heat that we're going to breed. Mitch, go ahead and come along here a little bit. What we kind of like to do, it makes it really easy. When they're standing hard like this, I just go ahead and sit down on their back. Basically like I'm riding a horse. I'm going to be facing their tail. What I'm doing is all right here. Makes it really easy to do. Using the foam tip push rods for today. We already got a little bit of lube here on the top already. So we'll go ahead and stick in. Now when we get here and we go to stick it in, really important that we keep this thing pointed up at about a 45-degree angle because when we get inside this vulva here, we got two places we can go. We can either go up and get into the cervix, or we can go kind of straight and down and end up in the bladder. Obviously we need to be up here in the cervix, so we're going to keep this pointed up a little bit, and we're just going to go ahead and insert here through the vulva. We're going to run this thing through, keep pushing, decent little pressure here, not a ton, and this thing's going to stop. Once it stops up here against the vulva, I'm going to give it just a couple little pushes just to make sure I'm there. Now we're in. So this rod is butted up against the back of her cervix. I'm going to bust the tip off here. We're ready to go. Breeding her to Tough Mudder is bore of choice on her. Go ahead and insert the bottle here at the end of the rod. And I'm just going to go ahead and pump this thing a few times. By me pumping this bottle, I'm simulating that a boar is inside of her. So the semen is actually pulsating up against her cervix. Every time I squeeze this, she's getting some stimulation on the inside. She thinks there's actually a boar inside of her right now. Once I get enough of the stimulation, it'll start to flow a little bit. That cervix is kind of shaped like your fist. And once it opens up a little bit, it'll let that semen draw inside of her. So she's opening up right now a little bit more. I'm starting to where I can run this bottle in a little bit more. And so now, all I'm doing is just applying a little bit of constant pressure. I'm not squeezing real hard, but I'm squeezing hard enough that this is going in. So I'm just kind of keeping a nice steady squeeze, letting the semen run up through the rod. I'm not trying to force it real hard, just kind of being a little gentle with it. And what's going to happen here, guys, as I get about most of this semen pushed out, you know, I can't really go much further. Simple trick, this is real easy. Take the bottle off, a little bit of air inside this bottle, put it right back on. Now you got all the rest of the air inside this bottle. Push the rest of your semen in through that rod. Here's where you want to be just a touch careful. Once you feel the end of that semen, you'll feel a little puff of air go through, and you're done. So right there we go. We just finished up. I felt it go the rest of the way through. And so right now we're done. I like to leave this in for just a second while I go ahead and mark. This is kind of a numbering deal that we do, that we've done here for lots of years. When we find them in heat, we draw an X on their back. Day one when we breed them, single stripe. This is really simple, guys. Come back here. This is actually her day two. So we're going to draw another X on her back for day two, 2 solid stripes. That way when we come back tomorrow, we know we used blue today. We go back and we found out that she got bred for day two. We know where we're at on this gilt's breeding cycle. So all done. We're going to gently kind of pull this out from behind. Don't need to force it out. It may lose just a couple drips when you pull this out. That's going to be normal, guys. You pull this out, you're going to lose a little bit. While you're going in, it's real important that it stays in though. But at the end, if you lose a couple drips, don't worry, that's no big deal. This gilt is done for the day. We got her bred. We're good to go. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Any questions you have, hit me up. Don't forget to follow Shipley Swine Group, Shipley Swine on Facebook and Instagram too, guys. Thank you very much. Tuning out.